We flew up to Aomori to see international opera singer Eiji Miura and visit his hometown in northern Japan. Flying in, the mountains and vast forests were what struck me as my first impressions. We flew in so low I thought we would land on the summit. This is Aomori. So we stand here at the foot of Iwaki Shrine, which is a Shinto shrine at the foot of Iwaki Mountain, part of the Tsugaru Kazi National Park. It's actually said that all of the mountain is part of this shrine, right, Eiji?
Yes. This shrine built 500 years ago, very ancient time in Japan, in Hirosaki, Tsugaru as a region. And this behind the shrine, this is some Iwaki mountain. She is female, and this shrine was, of course, Shintoism. As god of this shrine is a snake, actually water snake, dragon.
So all mountains in Japan have a kind of male or female quality to them.
Yes.
Do you know why this one has a female quality in terms of its shape?
I don't know, it's man said it used to be.
Right.
Yes.
And it's actually said that the shape of the mountain itself has the face of a woman, and it's not that difficult to detect actually. We kind of have the forehead of the woman on the left side, preceded by the eyelid and a kind of nose, and once you have that image of the mountain, it's difficult to escape from that actually. So it's a really astonishing mountain, and for me personally it has more prominence than Fuji. We're kind of at the foothills of the mountain, aren't we? But it's important to walk on the left and right side, isn't it?
Yes.
The middle path is said to be for God, so it's the sacred path. So something to remember when you're visiting these types of shrines. Shall we?
Yes.
Why do you like it here?
Oh, so I was born and raised here. For me, it's just a relaxed place. So if I have time, I visit.
So what would be the typical ritual for a local such as yourself when you visit this kind of shrine?
Yes, you should wash your hands before you pray.
Before praying?
Yeah.
And why is that important?
You should be clean.
Kind of pure.
Yes, pure.
And when you actually approach the shrine itself, what is the ritual?
Yes, you bow 2 times, and you claps. So 2 claps,
Yes.
and 1 bow at the end.
Followed by the prayer.
Yes.
The sun glares. The road is white. The clouds are gradually coming to the boil. The wind is already chill along the concrete wall. My shadow goes crawling. I find an exhausted butterfly in my path. In this scene turned inside out, I shall walk, like an evangelist, listening to faint, far-off thunders. Having prayed at the shrine for a successful visit and a cool sake, we moved on to the next stop. This is Kurodai, a blink and you'll miss it hole in the wall of Aomori's Hirosaki city. Aomori no sake wa
Hirosaki no sake, Ho is rich.
rich in English. And high is cup,
Okay, right.
glass. Rich glass.
The owner used to do sushi, but now he does what he wants and the town is better off for it. He started us off with a giant sea snail that is quite the delicacy in Aomori.
And you say this is still alive?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I see. Okay, let's try some live.
It's very fresh.
Now for the live squid.
Itadakimasu.
It's still moving.
You have to move well.
Very very fresh. Yeah, it's still alive.
Those are ayu fish. The owner caught them this morning. And now they're going to serve as our dinner. He has a special way of preparing this river fish sashimi, giving a new meaning to fresh fish. He's well known for this special method of preparation, but it may not be for everyone. He agreed to let us watch the preparation, and it may well have been easier to eat if I hadn't. Oh, and that sauce? He said it's just miso paste and vinegar and something else, an ingredient he refuses to divulge. Fair enough. Either way, that sashimi was really delicious.
Itadakimasu ne. Very, very good. Oishii.
A toast to the chef and on our way.
Kanpai.
Kanpai. Kanpai. Let's toast.
Toast! Cheers!
The five-story pagoda in Hirosaki is one of the most well-known landmarks in the city. It was built in 1667 using a wood joining technique that required no nails. The pagoda and the Saishoin temple grounds is a popular place for Hirosaki residents and visitors to come for a little relaxation and meditation. But there is something peculiar about these grounds and this city. You see, a number of old Christian churches infiltrate the city. Eiji explains that Hirosaki had a strong Western influence during the opening of Japan in the mid-1800s. He took me back behind Saishoin Temple to a small Christian cemetery, and it looks just like an old cemetery would behind a church back home in rural England. But these Western samurai, as Eiji calls them, were resting peacefully thousands of miles and now more than 100 years away from home.
Welcome to Nishimeya. This is actually one of the first designated UNESCO World Heritage Sites of Japan officially since 1995. So I'm here with the locals and they're going to tell me a little bit about this river.
ちょっと歩けばクマもカモシカも猿も出てきますから。
If you walk a little bit in the forest, you can find deer, bear.
彼は駆除したクマを一緒に食べた。今日この地域の小学校と中学校の児童たちを集めてカヌーだとかラフティングの体験をしていただいている。
It's the smallest village in Aomori, and there's many beasts in the forest.
You mean beasts, animals?
It's a beach tree.
Beach tree.
Down at the river, a raft was waiting for us. And preparing the raft was none other than the Japanese National Olympic canoe team coach.
So we're at the Iwakaki River and we're just about to get into this boat which the locals are very kindly preparing for us, and the the film crew, and this is the national coach for the canoeists here in the area. And you are the coach for the national Japanese canoeists.
あ、です。監督っていうか、はい、コーチ。Yes.
How long have you been doing this job?
あ、どのぐらいやってるか。今で9年になります。9 years.
Why do you love it?
まず選手にする前にこうカヌーの楽しさをまず教えて、それからこう選手になりたいって言ったらそれ選手にするし、遊びたい人はそのまま遊びで楽しくこうカヌーをやらせて、選手になりたい人はそこから強くするように強化してます。
How do you select a professional from this group? So what would be the criteria to identify the best canoeists to compete at national level?
オリンピックの選手になりたかったら、ですね、まずやっぱり選手っていうかこのカヌーをやる人が本気に強くなりたいっていう意識を持っているかですね、本当にオリンピックを目指したいかっていうのがあります。でそこでオリンピックを本当に目指したいってなれば、おのずから自分から多分トレーニングをするはずです。なのでそこを今度私たちがサポート、トレーニングメニューを組んだり、テクニックを教えたりってすることになるので、まずは私たちも誘いますけど、アスリート選手のこのモチベーションですね、どのぐらい高いかっていうので決まると思います。
Well, it's a beautiful day for it. Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。
For me, rafting was a one-off. Eiji, on the other hand, was a natural. Let me tell you a little bit about my friend Eiji. After growing up here, he left Japan to pursue a career in opera singing.
Yeah.
He lived in Europe for several years, bouncing between gigs in Germany, Holland and Italy. Now he spends a lot of time in Tokyo pursuing his art and career. But he loves being back home, bringing with him opera and the classical music to Aomori. I thought I would get my own back on my tormentors, but I hadn't the guts. Under the roots of a sea rose, by the boathouse, I buried my knife and cried. Oh, the green fruit of the sea rose tasted sour as I gazed at the white crested waves, far out at sea.
We're here at the Shirakami Sanchi UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was designated a National World Heritage Site since 1993. It includes the Aomori prefecture and Akita prefecture. It's very extensive, very much an untouched landscape. Tell us a little bit about the wildlife here. It's home to the Japanese sero animal, isn't it?
そうですね、日本の、東北がやっぱり多い。
And the black bear, have you had many black bear sightings in your career?
Japanese bear, Tsukino Maguma, named. Okay. Next, white mark. Yes.
Do you have any stories about sightings? I know in recent years there have been quite a lot of dangerous situations, people kind of fishing late at night who kind of got into trouble, and some people were actually killed recently in the news. There's been a lot of coverage. Have you heard any of the stories from this area?
南部地域と思います。南部地域だと、2パターン、2つの事例で、人が襲われて、怪我した方、亡くなった方、今年は、3人ぐらいいます。
It was a little scary to hear about the bears, so before we committed to our trek, we thought it would be a good idea to consult a local guide.
ガブリエラです。はじめまして。よろしくお願いします。名前は何ですか？
船水と申します。
よろしくお願いします。
シップウォーターですね。
Ship water, meaning, okay. Are the bears an endangered species?
今全体的な生態数っていうのは人間が現状把握しているものよりもさらにもっと上回っているんではないかと言われてますんで、やっぱり地域によって違いますけども、2、3年前とかブナの実体が豊作になるとやっぱそこでクマも かなり出生高くなりますので、で生まれたのが今多くなってきてるっていうような感じになりますので、実際は今現状把握している数よりは多くいると思います。
Okay. And what is the key reason that people visit?
皆さん世界遺産白神山地ではツアー申し込んできてはいるんですけども、実際ブナの木って全然見たことないんですね。でブナに関するその木の持っている性質であるとか、なぜ今このブナ非常に存在価値が高まって今見直されているのかで、やっぱりそのブナの話をですね、いろいろお客様に解説していきながら、やっぱり自然がないと生きていけないんだよ、自然と人間がやっぱ共有していかないと生きていけないんだよっていうことを解説しながら歩いてますね。
We were ready for the lions, tigers and bears, but Funamuzu-san had one more thing to show us that gave us pause, if you'll excuse the pun.
So we actually have a real bear claw here that was apparently found this spring. Could you show us the claw? So you can see it's about twice the size of a human thumb. It's pretty big.
This UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Shirakami Sanchi beech tree forest, stretches for miles, untouched natural wilderness spanning across 2 prefectures of Japan, creating a seemingly endless panorama across the Aomori sky. But this landscape is home to more than just beech trees. It is home to 87 species of bird, seros and bears. The landscape is dotted with natural hot springs, or onsens as they are known in Japan. We stopped at one of the most famous of these in the forest.
So the name of this onsen is Shika no Yu, which actually means deer's onsen, and that's why the traditional story of the deer is directly connected. The reason it was named after the deer is actually because after the hunter that tried to shoot this deer failed essentially and discovered the hot spring, he found the dying body of the deer who was actually being healed. His skin was being healed by the natural waters here, and that's why it's a particularly sacred place and connected to the wildlife of Aomori. It's said that more than 300 years ago a bow hunter injured but failed to bring down a deer. Upon discovering the same deer 3 days later, it swiftly fled. Looking nearby, the hunter found a flowing hot spring, and that's where we are now. The altitude and fresh air as well is said to bring refreshing qualities to visitors, incredibly popular. Why do you like it here?
Yes, one point is this onsen, the hot spring water, stand totally in the nature, and this water, hot spring water, is from the ground. This make you healthy.
I hit my wife and went out and saw the moon like 10,000 lanterns. Over the soft snow, after a snowstorm, I am walking with no idea where I am going. What is it makes me hate so hard? When we hate, we are more serious than when we love. Why now am I starting to feel I love her again?
Welcome to Jingokunuma.
Otherwise known as Hell's Pond. This crater is actually 4,500 square meters and it's 90 degrees, but I'm actually going to dip my toe in the water to try this.
The power of the onsen brought us back to life for a night of live traditional Aomori music known as tsugaru shamisen. The music is fast and glitzy, and the live house was full of electric energy.
So we're here Saturday night in Hirosaki. We're just settling in for the evening for a nice intimate shamisen performance over on the stage over here. And I've decided to try the local sake. So let's go somewhere and kanpai. The Ishibara Ryokan here in Hirosaki, Aomori prefecture, has a very unique history. It's directly connected to a samurai family. It was established in 1879 in the 12th year of the Meiji era, and I'm standing here today with Mr. and Mrs. Ishiba. Thank you so much for a wonderful stay. First of all, yoroshiku onegai shimasu. So tell us a little bit about the connection with your ancestor, to whom this real samurai helmet belongs.
Yes. Our ancestor was samurai, and Edo era finished. My ancestor named Kyozo Ishiba started ryokan business. Because Edo era finished, all samurai lost their earning, and my ancestor Kyozo worked like a business person, and that is why my ancestor Kyozo started like ryokan business.
Could I try it on? This is incredible. Wow, it's incredibly heavy. That's the first impression. It's quite comfortable in terms of the inside lining, but it's very heavy. Now the ryokan here also houses some special figures. It's kind of a museum within the accommodation. So we're going to have a look at some of these figures. We've got the Hina doll, which was prominent in the middle of the Edo period. Can you tell us about these figures?
This Hina doll I got my ancestor and Kyozo's. Same Kyozo got maybe he bought from the general of Hirosaki Castle.
Exquisite, yes. Now the next thing is the clock. The clock has a special significance, doesn't it?
This is my my grandfather's clock. Very old clock, and the beginning of Showa or end of Taisho era.
When was the Taisho era?
Or around 100 years before.
But how does that feel to be a part of Japanese history? Is it surreal?
Personally, I feel, and when I was young, and I always in this atmosphere, and for me it's very natural.
How do you see the future of your ryokan now? So you are the frontier now of the family business.
Basically, I want to keep this ryokan like this, and our ryokan maybe is developed by guest. It's not me, and guest developed this ryokan.
After a great night's rest at the Ishibara Ryokan, we set off to follow the path of the Oirase River. We traced the path of the cool, clear waters as they meandered through the Oirase Gorge. The river flows from the Great Lake Toda to Yakayama at the foot of Mount Hakoda. Beside the swift, clear waters of the river, the gorge is home to huge boulders left over from its formation thousands of years ago. The river rushes over the rock, and there are several rapids and a few well-known waterfalls on the river's path.
So we've discovered a hidden gem in the forest. It's called ortolana, and you can find it here near the Oirase River. They actually have so many different pizzas to try, absolutely wonderful organic food, mountain vegetables as well, and it's also home to an apple pizza for dessert. The sounds outside are really, really atmospheric, so you can kind of enjoy Japanese nature over an Italian pizza. So, kanpai.
After refueling at Ortolana, we headed straight down to the first waterfall. Nestled in the deep forest, this wispy narrow plunge actually consists of both upper and lower falls. Together they are known as the Shiraito Falls, which means white string falls, rather aptly. Following Shiraito Falls, we stopped a little upstream at the Grand Choshi Falls. The white froth of agitated water rushed over the rock and over the bluff with an awe-inspiring and powerful roar, inviting us to experience the awe-inspiring power of nature for which Aomori is so well renowned. Beneath our feet, the earth rotates. It's not that we have fancy footwork, it's just the earth rotating that bears us on. But what's all this balancing on a ball? I'm rather tired of it. Stop playing the clown. Nobody claps. A rope ladder is hanging from the ceiling. It is swaying before us. Soon, we shall have to put on a show of jumping at it. The hour may come today. Even if we succeed, no one applauds. Don't loiter on your way. The road is zigzag. Don't take your eyes off the road. There are many distractions around us. Look out! There's a hole in the road. When my turn comes, I ask the band to play Paradise and Hell. I throw off my Pierrot's costume and kick at the earth so as to take a big leap through the air. If only I managed to catch the end of the rope. Got it. Well, goodbye all. Then someone hauls my body up. I can sleep tight in the actor's room in the attic. The grounds of Hirosaki Castle offered just the sort of relaxed meditation necessary after being immersed in the raw power of nature. This is a 3-story castle built by the Tsugaru clan in 1611. It was once a 5-story castle, but it was hit by lightning in the Edo period, and the samurai clan hadn't the money to rebuild it. We wanted to stay longer, but we had to freshen up for the Hirosaki Street Festival.
Takahisa Yuge, Vice President of Globetrotter magazine. We're here in Aomori celebrating the festival. What are your impressions of Aomori?
Aomori is, as for the sighting spot, it's a very, very great. There are a variety of travel spots. So I think it's a real travel destination. It's very local, it's very friendly and nice, and yeah.
Super warm, super friendly, and the musicians in the street really sing with a lot of passion as well. Super, super friendly, yeah.
The Nebita Matsuri is the little brother to Aomori City's nationally famous festival in the Nebita Matsuri. The similarity of the names is no coincidence, however. They are actually the same word in a slightly different dialect, but the festivals themselves are also slightly different. In Hirosaki, the giant Nebita floats are beautiful murals and images depicting the legendary characters and events of Japanese history, but modern characters such as Studio Ghibli's Kiki also creep into the lore of the Nebita. These floats are backlit with lanterns that give an eerie glow to the intricate details of the dyed paper art. In Aomori City, the more famous Nebita festival features 3D relief depictions of these same legends, also lit from inside for the same awe-inspiring effect. Juniko Lake is the name of a Kazi National Park in Aomori. The park is famous for its many lakes, and a stroll through the landscape is really a commune with forest and water. We went there in search of one particular lake, a renowned power spot with a mystery that has never been solved. The opportunity to see this unique natural phenomenon was one of the things that drew us to Aomori in the first place, and now our excitement grew as we neared the sacred pond. Of those lakes, Aoike, this mysterious pond, exists deep in the forest below the mountain. It was a bit of a hike to get there. We even had to check the map a couple of times before we finally could arrive. But with every step, our anticipation of this place just grew and grew. Once we entered the serene environ of Aoike, we knew we had arrived. The atmosphere of the forest changed instantly, and we just knew that we were in the right power spot.
So we're at Lake Aoike, which is the gem of the Tsugaru-Kazi National Park lakes. We're actually in Juniko, which stands for 12 lakes, but in this particular area there are actually 33 lakes. The reason why it's called Juniko is that from Mount Okuzare you can actually see 12 of the special lakes. This is the gem of them all. The reason for that is that in 1704 there was an earthquake, and legend goes that the earth kind of opened up and this lake was formed after that earthquake in the early 1700s. It's a mysterious lake actually because it has this cobalt blue colour that is inexplicable, and nobody knows why it's actually this colour, but it's absolutely stunning. It's the bluest lake that I've ever seen, and there's a kind of serene quality to this area. Is it your first time here, Eiji?
Yes, actually, for me it's the first time to visit here.
And how do you feel being here at
Amazing
this lake?
is the color is dark blue, and depend on the reflection, we can see many colors.
Yeah, you can actually see about 9 feet down into this lake. Do you feel any kind of energy coming from this lake?
I think so, yes. It became a big energy, yes.
Yes.
The red tail lamp of an express train is swallowed up by the snowstorm. It was seen off only by a luggage van, abandoned on a siding in a lonely station. As the night advances and the storm ceases and all creatures hold their breath, the stars in a clear winter sky exchange signals with the lights of villages. Soon the stars dance down, one by one. The luggage van, covered with snow, masquerading as a black-robed priest, offers a silent prayer on this holy intercourse between sky and earth.
And we're chasing the sunset now. We're at Yuhi Kaigan, which is reportedly the most beautiful spot to watch the sunset in all of Japan. Tell us a little bit about the meaning of Yuhi Kaigan.
Yes, Yuhi is sunset, Kaigan is beach. So Yuhi Kaigan, so it means sunset beach. And here is Fukaura Machi, is west coast of Aomori region, so Tsunaru area.
It was an unexpected delight to see such beautiful coastline on our drive home from Juniko Park. But for many Japanese, Yuhi Kaigan is a destination. Unfortunately, even though we timed our return perfectly to see the evening sun drop below the horizon, today the clouds limited our view. Still, we could see why people would travel from as far as Tokyo to enjoy this spectacular panorama. A couple of days ago, departing from Tokyo, I had no idea what to expect here in Aomori. The largely untamed lands of this prefecture are still a source of legend and imagination for me, but now being sent on our way with the bows and the waves of the airport ground crew, I can't help but look forward to the day I return. 色お世話になりました。